Interpersonal relationships sounds cliched, but most conflicts happen because of inappropriately handled interpersonal relationships. How do you interact with others? Is there a rule that you follow? Or do you just follow what your mind tells you to do at that specific point of time? Dil to bacha hai ji is what the song tells us. The mind is childlike, so just as the child is restless, so is the mind. Now picture this. You receive an email from HR saying that you've received a good increment this year and a promotion along with it. At the same time, your 7-year-old is running around with the dog, dashes against a crystal flower vase, and breaks it. You look at it, look at the child, tell the child that this is not the way to behave, and then go on to clearing up the remnants. Now, picture this. You receive an email from the HR saying that there is no increment this year, and to top it all, you're going to have additional responsibilities. As it is, you have been struggling for 16 hours a day, every day. At the same time, your 7-year-old runs around with the dog, dashes against a crystal flower vase, and breaks it. What do you do now? Do you look at the child and scream? Do you decide to punish him? Think about it. If you analyze and come to the conclusion that your response will fit in any one of the above two instances, then you're probably somebody who's allowing their minds to rule them. Interpersonal relationships are tricky. How you behave with others at work or at home or outside will determine how you are perceived by them, thereby impacting your image. It's pretty much like the cycle that I'm just showing you.
So you have your behavior, which creates a perception. People form opinion based on that. There's groupthink. They talk behind your back. And that leads maybe to a change of behavior, maybe not. If you're aware of it, you may decide to change it. If you're not, you may just continue with it. So if your image is so fragile, then can you do anything about it? Well, the good news is yes, you can. There are four primary attitudes that you can develop towards interpersonal relationships. When you meet somebody who's genuinely happy, who's excited, you should be pleasant and demonstrate friendliness towards that person. Now, exchanging pleasantries does not mean that you're interfering in the other person's personal space. In organizations, there's a fine line between being friendly and developing friendship. The latter involves emotions, but the first one is just an attitude. When someone is in pain or disgruntled or is in misery, it's important that you show compassion. This would imply that in the above incident involving the child and the broken vase, irrespective of what might have happened to you, bring down all heightened emotions, positive or negative, then approach the problem with calmness. The intent should be to resolve the problem. When individuals are in constant competition with their neighbor, with their colleagues, with their relatives, friends, then it becomes a problem. Say your friend's child got into IIT and your child didn't. You might get upset with your own child. If your friend was given a raise and your salary remained the same, you would probably get into a low mood. Most people have the tendency to calculate their self worth by comparing themselves to others. This does more damage than good and leaves us with negative emotions. The next part of what I'm going to say may sound stupid or irrational or even practical to many, but stress or displeasure often finds its roots in jealousy, envy, and greed, taking on more than you can chew, poor time management. The list is long. When you meet anyone who's achieved or attained what you haven't been able to, getting emotional about it and bulldozing yourself? Nah. That doesn't help. It's then time to celebrate their win with them from the heart. Abandon neighbors' envy, owner's pride. When you begin doing that, it will reduce the unwarranted disappointment within you. Now, picture this: you're driving down a narrow road, the traffic is slow, the other side of the road is left for vehicles to come in from the opposite direction. Suddenly, a car races from behind, halts in front of you, and budges right in front of your car. Your immediate reaction may be not to allow the car inside. Within seconds, your blood pressure has increased. You may pull down the window, abuse the other driver, or you may just ensure that your car is almost kissing the bumper of the car in front of you so that the vehicle which is wrongly trying to enter doesn't manage to do so. You, on principle, stick to your lane and follow rules. However, the driver on the other side is not abiding the law. You could lose your cool, but it isn't your job to either change them or to teach them. So, whenever you encounter people who are not following the principles by which you live, it's a good idea to approach them with absolute indifference, complete lack of emotion. Whatever may be the situation, the objectives should be to maintain a calm mind so that you can continue undeterred with your call of duty. So reflect on what it is that you are doing. If you wish to join our online coaching program of developing impactful interpersonal relationships, then get in touch with us at the emails given here. Thank you.